Hi peeps. So we did the tow bar the other day, a lovely Witter tow bar. We've done the mechanics of that, and now we just need to wire her in. So we're in here again. We were outside, and then it started to rain, so we're back here again. So some of the things you're going to want, just tools wise, I've got a solder 9 heating up. You don't need anything too expensive. I'm using my cheap one today. A couple other bits. I've got some nice insulation tapes here, some cloth one and a usual one, and I've got some shrink wrap here as well. I also need some solder and some flux, and then a little screwdriver maybe, and then a little Torx bit, because on the Peugeot 6s there's these little Torx bits here like that, just to get the carpets out. So we've got the main carpet out, and we've got the left hand carpet out for the arch, and the reason doing that is the right hand one, you can see here the wiring comes in here and then splits off. And remember, we want left and right indicators. If you're on a 306, then you'd want to take off this side because all the wiring comes in this side. So now I just need to find a grommet or a hole where I can come in. So that's not meant to be a hole there, we'll fix that later. So I was just having a good look down, and as I come down, of course, there's the little grommet. Oh, hello, there you are. Where the fog light wiring comes in. There's the fog light. Yeah. So that comes in lovely here, which will be perfect for bringing the wiring in, as it's right by the tow bar, and then we'll bring it along that little trunk in there, and we'll wire it in all over here. So we'll get that poked through, and we'll start looking at what we need to do. So a Piggy Power top tip. There's our grommet. Can't get my fingers to it from underneath or from above. So we've got a long piece of wire with a hook one end so I can pull it through. Straight through the grommet hole. And then this end, what we're going to do is we'll tape it to the wire, pull it through, and then you're not crushing your fingers or poking for half an hour without it going anywhere. So I'll do that in a second. And then all we need to do is just pull, and that'll bring the wire straight through. Okay, so alright, so the next stage, something obviously I didn't mention, which you really will need, is a little multimeter. Again, my £5 multimeter doing its job, as it has done for the last 3 years. I printed this off as well, off Google, dead simple, little diagram for your wiring. Hopefully yours will come wired into the plug, generally they do. If not, they're dead simple, just 2 screws take apart, and you just follow that diagram as you see it from the front. That gives our colour coding to our wiring that's come through. So the next thing we need to do is obviously relate that to the wiring on the car, because the colours there won't obviously relate to your car colours. So I've unplugged it from the back of the light there. Got my multimeter earth point going straight to the nice earth point there, thank you very much, Pug. And then what we'll do is we'll turn the indicators on, for instance, and we'll use our red probe, and we'll go into that plug and we'll find out which one's the indicator. We'll continue through, we'll get obviously a fog, which will be coming obviously from down there, but a tail lights, brake lights, and indicators. Now the only thing we're going to need from the right hand is the indicator. We can take all the signals for the brake and the tail lights from this one really. We will take a separate one for the right hand tail light, just so that when something goes you know which side's which. So that's what we're going to do. So I've got myself a pen, bits of paper, and I'm just going to go through each pin now and work out what's what. Obviously you've got a wiring diagram, that's brilliant, but I think I still probably would double check it even if you had a wiring diagram. Okay, there we go. So don't worry if you can't read my writing, I'll put that on the description down the bottom about the wiring, as long as it is the same as this. I thought I'd make a note now that if you've got a later system or car with canvas, this actually can be an easier system, because you can't wire in to a canvas system, less wires, which is good, but negative is you can't wire into them. But what you do buy is you get onto eBay and you plug in and you put in, you know, I don't know, whatever it is, Mercedes SL blah blah blah, because you stick a tow bar on SL of course, and you get a little box and you plug it in to the lights, and then get a little relay box with it, and it does it all for you basically, which is very cool. This isn't canvas. So anyway, we've got all our lights, we've checked all of them, double checked, written them all down to the colour code of our trailer. So soldering, well, basic soldering techniques. If you don't know how to solder, go find a video on that. But you'll need to strip your wire like I have done with the yellow on there, and then you'll need to tin it, which means getting a bit of flux on it, and then heating it up with the soldering iron and applying some solder, and that'll tin it, get it ready for soldering on onto another piece. Then you'll need to strip the wire you want. Now you could cut, you could crimp. This isn't in the engine bay, so it's not exactly adverse heat conditions, etc. So I will strip back but in place. So for instance, we've got the yellow here, which is a left hand indicator, which is white, which is that one there. So the way I'm going to do it, little note here, don't try and do all your soldering joints in one place, otherwise when you tape it up you just have this big bulbous bulk. So you want to do it in steps. So do one far away and then do one an inch further down the next wire, so you don't have this big lump. So what I'm going to do is, it takes a bit of practice to do this. You don't cut, you just hold gently with your one finger on the left there, and then with the other hand, enough pressure to cut through. There you go, stripped. You see that? Give you a closer view. There you go, you can buy some real expensive pliers that'll do that for you. But as you've seen, my very good side cutters there done the job perfectly fine. So, there we go. And then what we'll do is we'll tin that piece again, apply some flux on that. Let's do that now. So I very nearly almost forgot then to put in this little buzzer, which you need some more wire instructions for. And this just goes between the car loom for the indicators and the loom, the 7-core loom for the tow bar. And it buzzes there when you indicate, just to remind you you've got a trailer basically. Just a nice little safety device, and usually comes with your kit. So I didn't actually have one, but £3 later, and thank you very much, I did. There we go. So we just have to relate the wires, and basically the indicator signal goes through this, and the black is an earth, and it buzzes. Job done. Right, so what do we mean by tinning? Well, we've taken the end off the wire, got a bit of flux on there, and then all we need to do is apply some heat, a little bit of solder, and what happens, as you see, it's now tinned. Well, it's not focusing very well, I know, but now we'll do the same on the others that I've got ready. I'm only doing a couple at a time, just so we don't get any further complications about the wires that we're trying to use. We've got black, which is left hand tail light. There we go. Right. There you go, all finished. Yes, I am joking. It is not finished. So why have I left it a complete and utter mess? Well, I thought it looked good. No. What I'm going to do is, before I obviously tied all this up, so there's our lovely connections, by the way, all nicely, obviously safely taped, but we haven't wrapped it all back up again and cable tied it and clipped it all back in, because if the connection isn't quite right, then I want to be able to get at it. So we'll just take the car over now to a trailer and we'll test the wiring. Alright, so testing time. So you can just see we've got the side lights on. Side lights check. Side lights check. Good. Right. Now what do you do when you test your brake lights and you've got no one to help you because you've got no friends? Well, you get a random piece of pipe and slide the seat forward, jam it on the brake pedal, and then we've got brake lights. Then we've got brake lights. Right. So the other test we need to do now is indicators. Now we should get a lovely horrible buzzing noise. Oh, nice. Nice buzzing. Left indicator. Left indicator. This is looking good, people. Oh, that's a lovely sound, that, isn't it? Right indicator. Right indicator. So, all the lights are good. Fantastic. Oh. Oh, that's a lovely sound. Well, you're not going to miss that, are you? Fantastic. So we'll just jump in the boot now and tidy that lot up. But anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more. That's it for a couple of weeks now on the 206. Clutch needs doing soon, so we'll do a guide for that. The next thing we need to look at is that dirty beast there. So big things to come in March for that. But in the meantime, thanks very much. Boom! You'll never know.